talking about a couple keys kind of improved from last year. This year, concerns on running the ball with the defeating man coverage. Do you feel kind of with your personnel and the way you guys are coaching those guys up, maybe you're better suited to try to defeat man coverage this time around?
Yeah, I think that's been a big point of emphasis going all the way back to throughout last year. Working together, growing together, timing-wise versus man coverage, and our guys have. It's been a big note throughout the transition from that year to this year and to where we're at now. Yeah, I think that our running game and our ability to work certain aspects of defense, man coverage being one example, is something we've grown with in just the offense.
How much was that game for you personally to play for obviously the turning point since then? You guys are not like abandoned identity or gotten away from the coach. It wasn't just at the end when it got away from you. Throughout the game, it was all well at the time. Just how different has it been for you as a play caller?
Yeah, I mean that was over the course of your career. You're gonna have games you look back and like, wow, what went away, what went astray in regards to how to deal with certain defenses and what to do in certain game adjustments. And I think that's one example we all look back on, and we want a lot of that stuff back. And just one of those games, and you got to get through it and move forward and get better. But excited about this week in that regard.
Second time.
Said you got confidence in your entire receiver group, but how much of a difference maker does Jawan present that other guys maybe aren't, just because of the physical nature of his body type in your offense?
Yeah, I think a lot of our guys have grown in that regard. I think to go holistically and say that a lot of those guys have been dependable in regards to the different coverages. Jawan, as the example you used, is just physically, 6'5", over 210 pounds, and just a bigger guy, a bigger frame guy that we all can see and we all see can present some matchup disruption, And so I think he's coming along at the right time, and good to have him back and healthy and really doing a really nice job the last few weeks.
Given their defensive staff change, how much does that complicate the scout for you guys, if at all?
It seems that that's par for the course kind of this year. This is the second time we've had a staff change going into it, and it's just part of getting ready to adjust in game sometimes. You don't kind of know what guys are going to do. They've had an off week. Coach Cecil's a heck of a coach, had a great career, knows a lot of football now, and they're doing a great job. Their guys are going to play hard, and so we'll have to be ready for some in-game adjustments if it doesn't look like some of the stuff they were calling they're going to call, and we'll have to be ready to adjust kind of how we've kind of seen the last few weeks with some guys and the way defenses are playing us.
Marcus previously said during 5 weeks it's a good opportunity to self-scout and just review what you've done. What did you focus on this last week just for this offensive unit?
Well, we do take a good deep dive into kind of ourselves in regards to where we may be heavy, where percentage we're at, what certain formations we may be locked into, certain splits, and try to make sure that you don't lose sight of yourself, and take a snapshot of kind of how guys are seeing you instead of just moving too far forward too fast. I think the one thing that we've done a good job of this year is in self-scouts, making sure that some of our tendencies have tried to be camouflaged in regards to, okay, we need to match this up a little bit. We're a little heavy here, a little light there. This offset pendency here, this split here, the gun on the back on this side, the back on that side. Snap count, cadence, leans, hand signals, like all those things come into play. And I think those are things that we've tried to really emphasize.
What's been like working with Javon Bownight this year, and what's he kind of done to keep everyone on the same page with Justin despite all the injuries and shuffling and everything?
Yeah, Coach Bo's done a great job. That room's really come along as we've all seen it at the right time, and he's had, we've all had to work through the rotation, and he's done a great job. Obviously getting hired this year and coming in and having to work with those guys right off the bat and get them going and get them fundamentally and technically ready to do what we need to do, and then work throughout the stages of a season. The ebbs and flows of kind of being banged up at one point or the other and having guys had to slide in and next man up kind of deal. He's done a great job.
Compared to, I'm with the ESPN, Chip Kelly's football team compared to the now, just the different look, and can you describe what that difference is? What would you describe the brand of football being played here at Oregon?
Say that one more time.
So Chip Kelly had that, quick setup, take him off, off balance, run and gun, and just trying to see, the difference. I think it was Thibodeau. It said people fear us. We bang out there. We're running over people. We're not just fast and setting up. So what would describe the brand of football being played here?
I think our philosophies. I wouldn't try to compare it to anybody else's in any notion. I think that more than anything, a physical brand of football that that tries to create a physical downhill run game. We do obviously implement a little bit of tempo with what we're doing. Kind of a power spread is probably a better way to put it, as opposed to just a wide open quarterback zone read spread, which many people still run effectively. Just not really our nature. We're run, play action, and multiple personnels, and I think that's probably what Thibodeau may have been alluding to, is, you know, playing with multiple tight ends and playing with a back that's coming from, you know, the zero position downhill, and that's kind of who we are. That's what we believe in. Doesn't make it right or wrong, but feel like it's been effective, and our guys have bought into it and feel like it fits us.
Is it harder for the team to stay focused coming down towards the end of the stretch of the season and being so close to, you know, possibly making it to the college football playoffs?
No, I mean, those things are out there. I'm sure that it's hard to obviously see that those things go across every ticker, but right now our guys have done a great job leaning into us and staying tight and ignoring the noise and realizing that every week's kind of a want-to-know kind of mentality, and they bought into that. It's been proven the way that we've done it this year, and our guys are really locked in on this week. You can't go too far ahead, and they've done a great job receiving the message and implement it, starting with today's practice and going back into bye week this week.
So if you had to meet an SEC team in the playoffs, I know in the past they've had, you know, some criticism's been, you know, maybe just not big enough, you know. Now you guys are bigger and fast. Now I won't put words in your mouth, but I mean,
Oh yeah, you're not gonna do that. Don't worry.
LSU or Alabama
Or Auburn.
or Auburn, yeah.
Week 1, Auburn. Yeah, we played an SEC team, played a heck of a game, and I'm not really focused on who or where or what conference they're in. I think our guys are worried about Arizona, and everything else plays itself out.